Barrel jeans are everywhere right now, and if you're petite, you know how tricky these can be. The length has to be just right. That taper at the ankle can really throw everything off, and don't get me started about the shoes that you pair with them. So today I have tried 6 different pairs of barrel jeans, so you know exactly which ones will work for petites, which ones might work with maybe some alterations, and then which ones you might just want to leave behind. The last one is really interesting because I got it last minute. You're not going to want to miss that one. Before we jump in, here's the thing about barrel jeans. The shape can look really modern and fresh if the proportions are like spot on. The sweet spot is when they hit you at or just slightly above your ankle. That way you can show off a little bit of skin and then keep the look very intentional. So for shoes, ballet flats, strappy sandals, any kind of delicate slim shoe are going to be ideal with this silhouette. Chunky loafers, sneakers, and shoes that add bulk are not going to work with these jeans. So your top should be cropped or fitted at best to keep all of those proportions balanced. Otherwise, it really can overwhelm a petite frame. So just for reference, as I'm trying these on, I am 5 feet tall and have a 25-inch inseam. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm starting off with the Uniqlo barrel jeans, and I have these in a dark gray color. These are a really soft pair of barrel pants. They have a very relaxed fit. They have a high waist on them, and they have that tapered silhouette. So as you may or may not know, Uniqlo offers custom hemming. I had these custom hemmed at a 27-inch. Looking back, I should have done somewhere around a 25-inch so that it hit closer to my ankle, but I'm going to show you what these look like anyway. So even though these are longer than I really wanted them to be, I think the length actually works because that taper at the ankle is not overly tapered. So it allows me to be a little more flexible with my shoe choices. So here I styled it with a tucked in sleeveless white button up. I put on a belt and some sling back shoes with these, and I don't think it looks too bad. I actually like these more than I thought I was going to, but on me, the overall fit is quite loose, quite baggy. It's not terrible, it's just pretty relaxed. So if you like that ultra relaxed vibe, these could work for you. I don't think these are the most flattering for petites, but if you like that vibe, these might work for you. Jean number 2 is a pair from the Gap. These are the Gap barrel jeans. So these do come in petite sizes. They have a high rise and that relaxed leg. So the petite sizing or the petite inseam on these is 27 inches, which for me is still a little bit too long. Barrel jeans really shine when you can see that ankle. It just really balances the volume of that silhouette and allows you to wear some strappy sandals or ballet flats with them to really enhance the silhouette. So I styled this here with a cashmere t-shirt. I added the belt and added the ballet flats, and I also tried cuffing these because I have seen that look done on other people and it looks pretty nice. So I tried that here. It wasn't my favorite look. So these are close. I would say these are close to fitting really well for a petite. For me personally, because I only have that 25-inch inseam, they're not quite there. The next jean is the Quince Bella Stretch Barrel Jean. These are high rise. They're fairly structured, very soft jeans. The barrel shape is not overly exaggerated on these, which I do like. The downside to these is they only come in a 31-inch inseam. So for me, they are just too long. I could have made them work, but the tapered ankle on this one is a little bit more exaggerated of a taper than some of the other ones I've tried on. And so it does not work well with different types of shoes that I was trying to pair with it to make them work. As I was trying different shoes on, because of that taper, the hem of the jean would get caught up in the straps and it just wasn't giving the right proportion. I tried it with a slingback, I tried it with ankle boots, and I finally landed on a clear strap open slide that didn't have anything in the back that would catch on that tapered ankle. So it was okay. It was kind of, I do like these jeans. I think they could be good for some people who are taller or who have a longer rise than I do, but for me, they are just too long and they don't land no matter what I tried in that sweet spot that I think really works to balance proportions. All right, before we move on, a question to all of you. How many of you here already own a pair of barrel jeans? What brand are they and do you love them? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Next up is the American Eagle Stretch barrel jeans, and I have these in a light wash. These are a mid to high rise and they come in short lengths. So that's already a win right there. They have a very relaxed silhouette again, and the barrel is not too over exaggerated on these. I will say that these run big. I read the reviews on this, said they ran big, so I even sized down and they're still very generous. But even with a short length, I found myself trying to cuff them to see what they'd look like, but because of that raw hem on them, it just wasn't ideal for cuffing because it wanted to come down, it wouldn't stay. But you could cuff these if you wanted to. I just don't prefer that look with that raw hem. So overall, I think these are wearable, especially if you're into that casual look, you like that raw hem, and if you have a longer inseam than I do, or if you're taller than I am, these could work, but they're not the easiest to style for a more polished look. Next up are the Banana Republic Factory Slim Mid-Rise Barrel Jean. These are hands down one of the more petite friendly of the group that I've shown so far. So these come in petite sizing. The petite inseam on these are a 26, and that slimmer barrel silhouette really makes them so much easier to wear. For me, this is what I picture of a barrel jean that really actually works for petites. So in the try-on, looking back at it, I wish I would have paired this with a different top. So the top I have on is fine, it's cropped, but it's a little loose and too relaxed. I think a more fitted cropped top would have been much better for this, but I digress on that. We could just focus on the jeans. I think this is a great option if you really want to dip your toe into trying some barrel jeans. These are one of the more petite friendly ones that I've tried. All right, next up, this is my bonus pair because I got these last minute, and I want to thank Ruti for sending these jeans over for me to try. Ruti is a new to me brand. It's R-U-T-I, and these are their petite barrel jeans. So they do come in petite sizes. The inseam on these is 25 inches, which is really just right at that sweet spot for me and my inseam. These do have a bit of a high rise. I found that they do run a little bit small, so you're probably gonna wanna size up. I did size up one size, and they are very stretchy and comfortable, but not overly stretchy. So I paired this one with the white polo sweater and a couple of different types of shoes to show you when that jean and that hemline hits at that right spot, it makes them much more versatile for different types of shoes. So in the first look, I paired some strappy heeled sandals with them, and I think this looks excellent. It allows you to show off just a little bit of skin at the foot. It highlights those beautiful shoes and then ensures that that silhouette of that barrel leg is really balanced out with a slimmer shoe. Then I also styled them with a pair of slingback heels so you can see what that looks like as well. Again, the inseam, when it's right, is allowing for so many different variations of shoes, and I like this look as well, and that hemline is not catching on any of the straps of the shoes. And then finally, I paired these with ballet flats. So these can easily go from heels to flats without any issue because that hemline is just a little bit shorter. The other thing that I really like about these jeans is it has a very substantial hemline here. It's pretty thick and substantial. So you'll see in the try-on where I did cuff them, and I think that can be a great look. I'm not sure if it's my look to cuff them and have them hit a little bit higher on my ankle, but you can definitely achieve that look because this, when you roll it up, it's going to stay put. So I wanted to show that as well, just so you get an idea of a couple of different ways that you could wear these jeans. these are a great pick. So I'm going to round out these jeans and tell you which ones I think work. So the best ones for petites, hands down, are the Banana Republic Factory and also the ones from Ruti that I showed last. Both of these are ideal for petites, specifically if you are around my height, have a shorter inseam like I do. These are going to be the ones you want to check out. The runner-up are the ones from American Eagle. I did have to cuff mine a little bit. I still felt they were a little bit too long for me, but if you're taller, have a longer inseam, definitely these are an option for you to check out. There's two that I think could possibly work with alterations, but we know how alterations go with a very defined silhouette. I'm not sure if it would work, but I do like the jeans, so I think these next two would work for you if you're taller. And that is the pair from Quince and the pair from Gap. Both are not overly exaggerated, really nice jeans. They were just too long for me, but I do like that silhouette and those styles if you are taller. And the one that I think you can probably skip is the one from Uniqlo. And although I liked those much better than I actually thought I would, they are just overly relaxed, and I think those really, more than any of the others, will overwhelm a petite frame. So the biggest takeaway here is that barrel jeans are all about the length and proportions and balance. If the inseam is too long, petites are going to lose that ankle break that really makes the silhouette, that chic look that you're looking for, to be intentional with the style. The biggest drawback, in my opinion, with barrel jeans is that tapered ankle. Any type of tapered ankle, whether it's in a barrel jean or a skinny jean, makes it very difficult to pair and be versatile with other shoes and items that you already have in your closet. So this is a very specific look and it's very intentional, so you have to be very careful with the ones that you choose. Okay, so now I want to know, do you already have barrel jeans? Let me know in the comments which ones you have, and if you haven't tried barrel jeans, do you think after watching this that you might try a pair, and if so, which ones did you like the best out of all 6 of these? As always, everything is going to be linked down below in the description and pinned to the first comments and YouTube shopping links where available. If you're curious about more petite friendly jeans, I'm going to link this video here for you to go watch next. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one, and have a great week, everybody. Bye.